Too big.
I'm gonna leave my phone in that bag. Oh. So Marsh Creek Disc Golf Course is a small 18-hole course that starts right behind our campsite. This is the bathhouse, and there's our tent up in there. And this is tee pad number 164 through the woods with the basket down there. Apparently this is going to follow along, I guess, a marsh. Hopefully now the mosquitoes aren't too bad. Good morning, day 4. We are on our way to the last couple courses here in Canada and then down into Washington and ending tonight at Friedland's. We camped at Marsh Creek Campground. It was okay, but the bugs were pestery.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad in the campsite, but when we got out on the course, it was little gnats and mosquitoes just in your face every time you were trying to throw. It was super distracting.
So we threw the 18-hole course, and average was something like +3, I think. Something like.
Course average was +2.
+2.
And we got Brant was -3 and I was even. So Brant had a solid round. I don't know. Couldn't get over the bugs. They were driving me bonkers.
The bugs were annoying as all get out. Yeah.
Lots of like dog leg holes.
Yeah.
90 degrees, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. Not my favorite style, of course. Some really nice tee pads and tee signs and everything, so that part was really cool.
Some tough shots to throw, but yeah, some of them felt like unreasonable. It's like, I don't know how anybody could throw a disc to get there in one. So birdies were not possible on a couple of them.
And then once you get off the fairway, you're just screwed. You're just stuck in jail.
If there had been no bugs, I would have liked the course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. And good night's sleep last night in the tent. Everything's dry for the most part. And Friedland's just said that they have a birthday cake for Bruce waiting for us.
Yay.
So German chocolate cake waiting. And is that it?
That's it.
All right.
High water's next.
High water in Canada. And we heard good reviews about that.
Yeah. Pray there's no bugs.
Yeah, no bugs.
All right. High water disc golf course.
And we're going to try and remember to take a picture on the first basket.
Practice basket. 1, 2, 3. That's a long one. 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go the forehand line.
Oh.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
There's a lot of curves to the right, Bruce.
It's a long one. Good.
Yeah, I know.
We like curves to the right. Let's do it. So there's a few courses that we forgot to film a feedback after we played them. So I'm going to do a quick recap sitting in the car here. First one was high water. So this was probably, maybe after Caliber, probably my favorite course that we played. It was really cool. Bunch of uphill and downhill, some woods, some open stuff, some really challenging. It's a pretty long course, 6,149 feet. Couple really cool holes. Hole 6 was 511-foot par 3 downhill, steep downhill, and then opened out into a field. And then there's another one. Hole 15 was an uphill, only 227 feet, but probably 50 feet up. So it was played probably 400 because neither of us reached it. We both got 4s on it. It's definitely a course that I think we could improve if we had a few more rounds on it, because it, you know, once you kind of know what disc to throw on which hole, I think we could definitely improve. The average for the course was +11, and I got a +5 and Brent got a +6. So, and Brent got that with 2 birdies, so that was super cool. But yeah, definitely proud of the way we played, well under average. So really cool. Wish we could go back and play that one. Pretty sweet skate park. There's a dirt track up over there. Big old jumps, holy cow. We're here for the disc golf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Safety first. Let's go. This would be fun to have a bike here on. Look at those big old jumps. Structures, little roll in here. That would be fun. Oh, this one's closed. Sorry, no up and over. That's sweet.
It's another basket down there.
Should have been an email with a PDF.
Our basket, we think,
mail for me.
is up in there.
Yeah.
We just came
Just
from a
look for the
basket
mail,
there.
just filter by from and look
Big
for me,
granite
and it
rocks
should
all
be.
around. What do we say?
We played Art Gibbon in, was it Nelson?
Yeah, Nelson.
It was a really cool park. Had a really nice skate park, really nice, more than a BMX track. It was more a jump track. Kind of small jumps and big jumps, really cool.
Set into
Nice
the forest.
Nice big play area. Yeah, and then the disc golf course was a 9-hole course. Lots of rocks.
Lots of granite sticking out.
Lots of trees, lots of granite, lots of baskets perched on on rocks.
It's very pretty.
We had a pretty good round on it.
You had a pretty good round, I think. I don't remember mine being on that. Yours was -1, and mine was even, and average is +2, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. Mine was -1, you were even, and average was +2. So did okay, but for 9 holes, it was a fun course. It was tricky, lots of tight lines.
Yeah, narrow gaps. I hit lots of trees. To come away even, I was actually very happy.
Brent put his disc in a gap between 2 trees, and it fit through the trees without touching them because it was on an angle.
If it had been flat, it would have hit.
So tight.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I meant to go the line to just to the left of it. Instead, I put it through the little Y. It was narrow.
But yeah, it was a good course.
When we got down to that hole, Bruce and I both thought our discs would be in completely opposite directions, and they both kicked under the basket somehow. We have no clue.
Yep, that was crazy. All right, 18 holes, 18 rounds complete. We are at course number 19. We just had lunch. Weimer Whirl disc golf course. I think we're just gonna play the back 9. It says the back 9's harder. If we like it, we may also play the front 9. But we got 2.5 hours to drive from here to Friedland's, and they have German chocolate cake for us. So I'm kind of ready to get that way. Tomorrow is a big day. We play Caliber and Motherlode. I'm excited for those. So let's go. Okay, we're playing the back 9. The back 9s are a little bit longer and a little bit more unique. Here we go, watch me slip, face plant.
Oh, stepping off the end of this.
Do not throw from the front of this tee pad.
Watch out for
That's
this.
crazy. A little surprised that this is
Legal.
258. That's not a huge tee pad for 258 downhill.
Let's watch Bruce lace this. Firebird or T-bird?
Firebird. I wanted to dump at the end. Okay, here it is. Oh,
You might still be fine. Little long.
backhand or forehand?
Throw forehand. That'll be way right.
It just goes. Okay. That was cool. Well, I have a slightly obstructed putt. Should make it though.
And then we just got done playing. What's the name of this one?
This one was Weimer
Whirl.
Yeah, Weimer Whirl. It has, there's 18, there's kind of 13 baskets or so. It was they had, there's a course to play that's 18. Some of them share baskets and then some of them have their own baskets. We played the back nine thinking we might just play 9, and the back 9 was harder. It was crazy because there are several spots where it was off of a deck or a platform that you throw off of.
With nothing on the front.
Yeah,
You could
like one was
completely
about
step off the edge.
15, 20 foot drop off of it. It was high.
Yep.
But then we really liked playing the back 9, so then we went in and played the front 9. So we'll count it as an 18. So I don't know what the average for 18 was, but
No, you ended up like -5. I ended up -2.
yeah,
Because I got
a -4 on the front 9 and a -1 on the back 9.
and I had a +4 on the front and a -6 on the back.
Yeah,
So, anyways, I would say that that was a very fun course.
it was.
The Art Given course was fun, but technical. Yeah, these are
Definitely
good.
tight lines.
If I had either of those courses in my town, I would play them. Certainly.
Yeah, they were fun.
I think I'd get better at throwing gaps if I had to play the Art Given course. So, and now we have about a little over 2 hour drive from here to, is this to the border or is that to Friedland's?
210 to Friedland's.
And somewhere in there we cross the border and hope that goes okay.
I think 3 kilometers across the border.
Is the border. Okay. Cool. Well, there it is. We're almost back to the US of A. Thank you, Canada. It's been fun. Good morning. We're leaving Friedland's, and we didn't record anything yesterday because we couldn't find the GoPro.
But we found it.
So we're reviewing 4 courses, Caliber, Motherlode, Baldfoot, and Littlefoot. So we started yesterday with Caliber, which is part of the reason we wanted to do this trip,
Yeah,
I would say.
big part of it.
So, Bruce, your reaction to playing a pro-level tournament course that is rated number 8 in the world.
We played the Pro Am tees, which is their slightly shorter tees, which made a difference, I think, on a lot of holes. But it was funny because we were both really nervous to go out there and play it. We wanted to do it justice, and we threw on the putting. He's got some putting area. Oh, first we met Paul. He was standing there at under the little canopy when we got there. So I chatted with him a bit. Super nice guy. 57, I think he said
57
he was.
years old.
met his wife also. She was there when we came back between courses.
Very pleasant people.
Yeah,
Just
super nice.
Yeah.
She said that he's been working on the courses since 2018, so pretty big commitment. He was ready to pour the cement on the T of 12 on the mother load course yesterday, so getting ready to do that. But yeah, so we step up to hole 1, and of course I'm like, okay, let's go 2 off the first just to get a couple throws in.
Downhill,
and
dog leg right, 300 feet or something.
Yeah, I threw the T-bird, used the full width of the fairway, and
got a skip
up in there, was like 10 or 15 feet. Like, okay. And Brent just stepped up and did the same thing. Both of us have great drives on 1, so both birdied hole 1, so that
started well.
Good. And yeah, it stayed a good round the whole time. The par 5s got us a little bit. We both got double bogeys on the first par 5. Both got bogeys on the second par 5. But it was definitely a beautiful course, well thought out.
Tee pads are laid out well. The signs, he has hand painted signs to show the fairway layout for every hole. Partway down the fairway, he'll have a sign on a tree, basically where you would lay up a good drive. It'll say, now to the pins another 300 feet or 182 feet. He's got grass in the woods.
Yep.
And the fairways we would describe as not wide, but ample.
Yeah.
Right?
Reasonable. It wasn't, it didn't feel like there's no way I can get down this fairway. I just have to be lucky, but yeah.
You still had to force your shot. You had to throw your shots.
But but I felt like it was definitely reasonable, and I could do it for the most part without being 50 feet in the woods.
There was up and down terrain. There were downhill shots. There were side hill shots. There was everything. Water carries, some marshes. And so, how would you rate it in terms of the courses we've played so far? Would you say it's the best?
It's by far the best.
Yeah, it's a course that if I lived by here, I would. If I could buy a membership, I probably would. I like it better than the red course at Kayak, though I love Kayak.
Yeah.
This course forces you into more better shots, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get better playing this.
There's a lot more shot shaping required. There's gaps, but they're not tiny gaps. And once you make the gap, there's reasonable places to land. That it's not like, oh, you have to make the gap and then have a perfect shot following that or whatever. So
yeah, it was fabulous. And when we got done, the course average, what did you say?
Course average is plus 11. So we were kind of scared hearing that the course average was plus 11, but yeah, we ended up doing plus 3 and plus 4, I think, right?
Yeah, I got plus 4, which I was thrilled with.
Yeah, same.
You know, you hear all the stuff about, oh, Caliber's a hard course, and we came away much better than average, and both happy with our round.
For sure.
Feeling strong, and yeah, there's a few shots we'd probably like back, but overall very, very pleased. I would play that again in a heartbeat.
I think we could both easily drop 3 strokes.
Just the par 5s.
If we played it 3 times, I think we could drop 3 strokes.
Yeah.
On that course. So.
Yeah. But we each got a few birdies, and that was good.
Yep.
Then we took a little snack, and we got through that course really quickly. Something said hour.
It said the average was 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I think we did it in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But we had good shots, and we walked quickly, and we didn't have to hunt for discs.
There was one time that we were like 10 minutes maybe.
But then we played Motherlode, the other course there that he's still building. There's no course average for it yet because it doesn't have a layout. but it was part of a tournament recently as well that the pros played. And I'm not even going to tell you my score because I don't know. Was it plus 14, plus 50? I don't know. Something like that. And you got what, plus 6, plus 7?
I don't remember. Oh, it's on the card in the back.
Yeah, it was not good.
Brant explained it very well by saying it was a bear.
Yeah.
It was much more up and down, much longer. So the caliber is like 2.5 miles to walk it. The mother load must have been 3 to 3.5. It was long and it was up and down.
And you could throw a shot, and then to walk to it, you had to walk twice as far because you had to walk through trails in the woods that were like zigzaggy trails. You never walk straight to somewhere.
That's true. There was a few ravines that you had to throw across the ravine and then follow a trail to get over to where you landed.
It's going to be a beautiful course. There's no question. He's building the tee pads. He was pouring cement yesterday. It's a good course. It's just hard. I would say it is like a more technical gold course kayak. It's long. The shots, like the place where you ideally need to lay your first drive sometimes was way outside my range. And
yeah, it was while caliber, I felt like I could typically shape a shot and stay in the fairway. I felt like there was a lot on mother load where we just went from rough to rough, back and forth. It was much harder to keep shots in the fairway.
If you caught an early tree, it didn't matter where you went. If you were in the rough, you did not have a shot. You had to make the gaps. And we were already a little tired from our first round. I was, anyways. Yeah. You played it better.
Not much. It was fun. It was cool. I'm glad we got to do it. I hope it cleans up a little bit as he finishes working on it, as more people play it. So I'm sure it will.
Yeah. I would say that it's going to become a popular course when it's done and he has all the signs and everything.
Yeah. So then we got lunch and caffeine, sat for a bit, and went and played this course called Baldfoot. It's supposedly one of the top courses in Idaho, though I definitely disagree. It was...
all the courses at Farragut, I think, were better.
Yeah. They did a lot in the area they had. It was...
technical.
Very technical, very tight.
Lots of trees.
I played better on the back nine than the front nine. The front nine was rough.
So did I. I played better on the back nine, but my score was so horrible for being a normal par 8 or 18 hole. I was just embarrassed.
The average was... oh, I don't know what the average was because they have no active layouts in UDisc, so that's kind of dumb. I ended up with +5 and Brad had a bit more than that.
Like yeah, triple that.
It was not our best round. Then we went to Littlefoot. This is much more fun. Littlefoot's a putting course. The longest hole's like 220. It's kind of little mode fairways and then mode circles at the baskets. It's a 9-hole course. Brant got, what is that, minus the Littlefoot.
I didn't throw it real well.
Brant got -3. It was a little windy, so that was definitely tricky. If you were 20 feet, the putts were scary. And I got -7, so I was super happy with that. And the 2 that I didn't make, I had metal on both of them, so I was close, but should have had, oh no, on one of them I had metal. The other one I was behind a tree.
Behind a tree, yeah. I would say that when we played Baldfoot, it was the worst I felt on this trip in terms of physical strength and stamina. I don't know what happened, but Littlefoot was fun to play. It was warm, but it wasn't too hot.
Yeah.
And then of course going back to Friedland's and having supper with them and a bunch of guests and getting warm showers. Well, mine was a cool shower. and then sleeping in very comfortable beds and having a good breakfast this morning. Everything was wonderful.
Yep. 4 courses planned today. 4, 1, 2, 3. Yep. 3 new courses, and then we'll probably play Sakani Jamboree. Okay, the first course we played on day 6 was called Westwood Disc Golf Course. It's in Rathdrum, Idaho. It was an 18-hole course, very wooded. Kind of played up a little ravine that had a creek through it, so there was some uphills on either side and downhills, and some that just kind of followed the creek. 3,468 feet, so one of the shorter 18-hole courses. We both played really good on it. We had some clean shots through the woods, so it was super cool. Brent hit an ace on an uphill 145-foot hole, so that was awesome. Super clean T-bird. Can't remember if it was forehand or backhand, but it was basically just straight as an arrow up the hill, just straight into the basket. Looked super clean. It didn't have a course average because it didn't have a smart layout, but I got a -4 and Brent got a -3. So definitely solid round. Really good course for both of us. The next course we played, which was at the same location, was a really short 9-hole course. It was called Storm King Disc Golf Course, also in Rathdrum. 862 feet. The longest hole was 158 feet, and the shortest was 65. The 65-foot one was up a slope that was probably about 20 feet, so played well longer than that, but still a really short one, up the side of a hill. Tricky, steep shots, pretty rough. It definitely hasn't been played very much. Lots of tall grass, lots of bushes. No actual tee boxes. We were just kind of searching around to find a rock or two in the right spot. Kind of just followed U-disc of where it looked like the tee was, but it was a really fun little course, though. The average on that one was -4. I got -6 and Brent got -7. So solid rounds for both of us. Our short game was playing pretty well through that one, so that was fun. Next course, so then we went down to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We played Cherry Hill Park, which was pretty big, like just park course. Had huge pickleball courts. Looked like there was a tournament or something going on. The first hole kind of paralleled along the side of where the pickleball courts were, and there was a bunch of people sitting around out in the grass. So definitely a treacherous first hole with people around. We both threw it kind of on the cautious side to make sure we stayed clean. 4,652 feet. It played around a large sledding hill, which would be super fun in the winter. Big, huge, wide, probably 250 feet, 300 feet wide, something like that. And then probably about 400 feet long, because there was one hole that threw from the top and the basket was at the bottom. Yeah, hole 6, 480 foot par 3. Let's see what else. We saw some wild turkeys out there, which was kind of cool. We caught up with one guy who was staring up into a tree. So he said, go ahead and play through. We threw our drives. And then, so his disc was up there way too high to reach it with the retriever. So I pulled out the golf balls out of the bag and probably within about 10 throws, we hit it, knocked it down. So he was super appreciative to get that disc back. Course average, that doesn't look right. I'll have to double check it and I'll put in text, but it said course average was -4. Brant got -1 and I got +1. I bet the average was supposed to be +4. I'll update in the string at the bottom, but yeah, had a really good round. I think I had one hole that I just kind of blew, but yeah, it was a fun course. Next course we played was Corbin Park. That's in Post Falls, Idaho. This was a really pretty course. Lots of trees, some rocks, played along a river. It was the 4th course of the day. 18-hole course, 3,729 feet. Several holes were around some large granite, so those are always fun. Longest hole was 271 feet. Let's see, the course average was even. I got -2 and Brant got -3, so it's a great round. Let's see, Brant with 3 birdies and no bogeys, so nice clean round. I had 5 birdies but got 3 bogeys, so that gave me -2. And then afterwards we took our shoes off, sat by the river, put our feet in. It felt so good to rinse off nice cool river. So really fun course. Fun. Woo, slippery. Oh, that feels so good. We're back for Sakani Jamboree. It's a tough course, but it's super fun. So here we go. It's 90 degrees. It's going to be a warm one. Fifth course of the day was Camp Sakani Jamboree, and that's in Spokane, Washington. We've played this course before, but it's a tough course, but a really fun course. Long, really fun, challenging. 20-hole course, 6,541 feet. We started playing about 3 p.m. and it was 88 degrees, so definitely a warm one. It's got some pretty good up and down hills, so we were hiking. Great balance of open and wooded, open or uphill and down. Yep. Course average was +13. Let's see. Whoops. I got a +4 and Brant got a +7, so well below average, so that's awesome. First time, this is the third time we've played it. So first time Brant played it, he got a plus 14, second time plus 11, and third time plus 7. So awesome improvement. And then, yeah, so after we left there, we camped in Spokane that night. So we go to the campground, we get our tent set up, we go to get the air mattress blown up and ready, and my battery backup was flat, dead, no juice. So we said, we were gonna make food, I think. So we're like, let's go get Mod. So we went to Mod, got a salad and breadsticks and dessert, and plugged in the battery box and sat there for probably an hour and let it charge up. But felt really good to just sit and relax, and then get the battery charged up so we could blow up the air mattress. Final day of our trip. So first course of day 7 was Sunnyside Park in Pullman, Washington. We were at the park at 10 a.m. It's an open grassy course, kind of side of the hill, but it was windy, so that made this one tricky. 18 holes, 4,676 feet. Several groups of college students in there, and so we passed them, and we heard several reactions when we threw probably twice as far as most of them were throwing, so that was always kind of fun. Course average was +4. I got a -1, and Brent got a +3. Some of the wind, I think, affected that one, but fun park course. I'd rate it a 3.5, probably, maybe, yeah, 3.5. Welcome to Lewiston. Play a little 9-hole here. That's a big old sign.
Number 1, 308, a nice
Number 2, 447. Downhill, uphill.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's humid on the grass.
It is. Second course was Sunset Park in Lewiston, so that was pretty close by. 9-hole park course. This one was 2,275 feet. Open grassy field, again a bit windy, not too bad. First 3 holes kind of played downhill, and then played back up. We had to wait a few times for people just walking around the park, taking their time, but it was a pretty good course. Course average was +2. I got a -3, and Brent got a -1. So solid for a 9-hole course. It's a good one. Third course of day 7 was Hell's Gate State Park in Lewiston. This was a big, wide open 9-hole course, but pretty long. So I don't have the distance. Pretty long course for a par 9. Dry grassy fields. It was hot. It was 91 degrees. We were playing it. Not much, little bit of wind, but not too bad. Oh, 2,904 feet. There it is. I birdied the longest hole. It was a par 4, 485 feet. So I was happy with that. They used the trees that were there very strategically. So it was really fun. Like, it was definitely throwing around trees in the right places. Course average was +3. Brent got a -2, and I got a -5. So I was really, really happy with that on a 9-hole course. That felt really good. Fun course, but it was hot. Okay, and last course of the trip was a 9-hole park course in Dayton. 2,242 feet. Plays around a slimy, mostly dried up pond. It was really gross, but most of the places were pretty wide open, easy to throw. We both had a clean round through hole 8. Brant had 4 birdies and I had 5. Final hole, I grip locked, ripped my turn out over the swamp lake, almost threw it clear to the other side of the pond. We went and searched around for a while, but got my retriever stick wiping through the slime and sludge, but couldn't find it. Course average was -1. I got a -3 after the double bogey on the final hole, and Brant got a -4. Funniest thing was we were standing there at the edge of the pond trying to find that disc, and there was a frog like probably 2 feet away in the water and jumped toward us, and we both like jumped back away from the water. Pretty funny, but great way to end, a bummer way to end the trip with throwing my disc in the pond, but otherwise it was an amazing trip. Super cool. Looking forward and making plans for the next one, so it'll be coming up this next summer. Can't wait.